Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to show you how to descale with white vinegar this new Hamilton Beach Smart Connected Coffee Maker. So I just did a couple videos. I did a detailed review on how to make coffee, but I also did a review on how to control this with your Amazon Alexa device. Really neat machine. It's got this Wi-Fi here. It connects to your Wi-Fi and you can control it by just telling Alexa to turn your coffee maker on. So this coffee maker, you may see the words clean show up on your display. If the words clean show up on your display, it's telling you it's time to descale the inside of your coffee maker. Now the instruction manual is pretty easy. We're just going to put 2 cups of vinegar in. We're going to turn it on for 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, we're going to turn it off. We're going to let it soak for 30 minutes. Then we're going to finish the brew in that vinegar, and then we're going to rinse it with 2 to 3 rinses. But I'm going to show you how to do that step by step. So another really neat thing, so on your Amazon Alexa device or your iPad, under devices, and if you find your coffee maker, it'll even tell you if the cleaning is needed or not. That's a pretty cool feature, but it has to be connected to the internet. Check out, I got a whole video on how to hook it up to your internet and control it with your Amazon Alexa device. It really works well. So you may be wondering, I've got some videos out there. I cut open some coffee makers and I show you how they work. But you may be wondering why we need to descale. So like I said, we're going to put the vinegar back here. The first thing you're going to want to make sure, this does have an optional water filter that goes down in there. If you've got a water filter, make sure you remove that water filter. Next thing is we're going to make sure we don't need a coffee filter in or any coffee. This has to be empty, but you do need the brew basket in. So make sure this brew basket is in, and we're just going to close this. Our coffee pot is empty. So in my videos, I cut open 6 coffee makers, and this is a Cuisinart. They all look about the same, especially the inside. So here you have, this is where the water goes. And if you follow it down on the bottom here, I'm sure this one's exactly the same way. You've got, this is your heating element. So the water is going to come in, it's going to get heated up, and then it's going to get shot up here to the brew head and brew your coffee. But I cut this open. This is why we descale. So inside, this is aluminum. And inside this aluminum tube, you can get calcium buildup. You can get it built up so bad inside this tube that water won't even flow through it anymore. But so if your coffee is tasting bad, or if it's not getting heated up properly, or if it's taking too long to brew. You know, if it used to brew in 10 to 12 minutes, now it's taking 15 to 20. It's really time to descale. So you want to keep up on the descaling. And the process we're going to use is we're going to put vinegar in here. We're going to turn it on for 30 seconds, which is going to start heating up that vinegar in here. Then we're going to turn the machine off. That pure vinegar will be soaking inside this tube, and it'll be breaking loose some of the calcium deposits. So when we turn it back on, we may see some, I usually see a little white calcium deposits in the bottom of my coffee maker, or you might see them in the filter basket there. So I get this is great value distilled white vinegar. This is 64 fluid ounces. You can get this for $1.50 at Walmart. Now the manual says we're going to do 2 cups. Now this stuff kind of stinks, so make sure you've got some good ventilation. But we're going to put in 2 cups of vinegar. Now on this machine, you can pour it right here. I'm going to go ahead and pour it right in the back. So I've got my 2 cups of vinegar going right in where the water goes. This is pure vinegar. No, I'm not diluting it or anything. So then I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to turn the coffee maker on. The red light's on. That tells me that it's going to start heating up the water and sending it through the brew. Now, it says let it do this for 30 seconds. So basically, about the time it starts percolating, about the time you start seeing it come out, shut it off. Okay, so there it's coming through. We're starting to get that vinegar coming through the heating element. Okay, when you think you've got enough coming through there, even though I've got a bunch of vinegar back here still. Okay, so all I'm going to do is come up here, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop it, and then I'm going to leave the coffee maker like it is. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to let it soak for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, I'm going to come by and I'm going to finish the brew process. Okay, so I'm just simulating. It's not really been 30 minutes, but for you, let it sit for 30 minutes so you can go do some stuff, come back to it, and just turn this on. Now I do want to let it finish brewing the rest of that vinegar through. You know, it doesn't have a whole lot to go yet. Probably about another 3 or 4 minutes, that will be completely brewed through. Now then we'll throw that whole vinegar away, and then we'll wash this out with soap and water, and then we're going to run 2 to 3 pots of just fresh water through the machine. So again, I'm going to let this brew this vinegar through, clean the pot out, and then we'll rinse it out. Okay, so it finished brewing. I'm going to turn the coffee maker off. So here's my vinegar. I'm going to go throw this vinegar out and rinse this out with soap and water. So I would recommend cleaning this off too. This is going to have some vinegar on it. Take this over, rinse this out with soap and water. Again, I rinse this out. So now this is just fresh water. We're going to do 3 of these. I filled it up to the 12 cup mark. There, I can see it's filled up. I'll come over here, put this in, and just simply brew the fresh water through here with no coffee or anything. That's going to help rinse out that vinegar. That vinegar is kind of a strong flavor inside here, so you do have to get it rinsed out really well. You might be able to get away with just doing it twice, but I like to do it 3 times just to make sure. So each one of those is going to take about 12 minutes. So you got to give yourself about 1 hour and 15 minutes to do this. You can do some things in between, like it just has to soak for 30 minutes, but give yourself at least 1 hour. Now coffee makers, I recommend doing this at least every 6 months, depending on how much you use it. You might want to do it a little bit more, but you definitely want to do it. I would not want to I wouldn't want to do it every time the clean light came on. That might be a little, maybe not soon enough, but again, if your coffee's not tasting good or if it's not heating up properly, you're definitely going to want to descale it. So I really like this coffee maker. Check out my other videos on it. I hope you like this video. If you've got any questions on how I did this, please leave them in the comments down below. I check my comments on a daily basis. My videos, check out my other videos where I open up. So I cut open a bunch of coffee makers because I was just too curious how they worked on the inside. And it was really neat to see. Thanks everybody for watching. And if you could, please like and subscribe.